Hello, hello, hello. Where are all the crafty and creative people on here? Where are you hiding? Come out and play. This is not a normal night that I would come on, but I figured I would come on and say hello, 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 because I missed a couple Wednesdays. Trouble. Oh, how cute. I like the design in your name. How cool is that? Look at you getting all fancy. I was tired. Hey Josh, how are you? So, I decided I wanted to come on and play tonight because I like my crafty stuff. And I haven't really get to play with a lot of paper and stuff like this. I remember art class, but I don't remember getting all fancy as a kid. We just had those little ones that you got in the little trays with the colors. So I bought some of these delusions and I want to paint with them. You do? Well, that's cool, Josh. My problem is, like, there's certain things that I like to do offline, and it's really hard to do on, like, a live because I've gotta get up and move around. Like, all the steps are really hard. I mean, I understand why people edit. I just never got into editing. If I can get these cracked open. But I had, like, I like using my guillotine for certain things, so I have to get up and cut paper and do different things, and it's, like, really hard to videotape all that. I like having my supplies sitting beside me when I'm doing something. I used to doodle. Hey, Metro. I used to doodle all the time when I was younger, especially, like, on rainy days. Oh, you didn't realize these were gonna be such a pain to open. And as we get older, your fingernails are just not as strong as what they used to be. My fingernails have gotten really bad lately, and I don't think it has anything to do with calcium. Like, I have my levels checked. I don't know what it is. I used to have really strong nails. Now my nails are like, I have one that keeps splitting now as it grows out. It's horrible. The only thing I could say, getting old is not fun. Climbing the hill is fun, but going down the other side's not fun. See if I can cut these open without cutting the bottles. But I hear these delusions are really colorful acrylics, and I haven't got to paint with them yet. So I ordered some bottles off of this one site, and I thought, I'm going to try some. And I don't know, like, little details, like, do you gotta use gesso every single time you paint? I don't know. There's so many things that's changed through the years. Like we were talking even in the makeup community, how we never had primer for our faces, and now they have these face primers and setting sprays and stuff, and they actually do work. I was playing with that because, when you're artsy, you even like playing in makeup and stuff. I'm not a makeup person, but it was fun playing with them just to review them. I'm more of a tomboy. I like to play in the mud and get it dirty. Sometimes grumpiness comes. But what's funny? There is a channel out there of a lady who is in her 50s, and she talks about changes that people go through. And it's really interesting because, like, I was telling my daughter, we went shopping the other day, and I'm like, you know, your parents preach to you. I mean, this is just my upbringing. I'm not speaking for everybody else. But like my parents would preach to us about dating and all this kind of stuff. But why don't they prepare you for when you get old? Like, I don't ever remember my parents having a discussion. Oh, by the way, one of these days you could get arthritis or your joints could get stiff and then you can't sit down in your bathtub. No, it's not Wednesday, Sandy. I come live because I wasn't on Wednesday. But I want these discussions. You know what I mean? I think people should have these type of discussions. So, anyways, to make a long story short, I have osteoarthritis. And the past couple months, it's been getting really bad. Like, I can sit down on the floor and I can touch my toes. Like, I've never had a problem being like, the type that could reach down and touch my toes. I don't know. It's a joint thing, but I can't sit in the freaking bathtub. I cannot sit down on a floor. I can get up because I can pull myself up. When your tub is filled with water, you're lighter weighted and stuff anyways. So when you have, arthritis and stiffness and stuff, I don't have a problem getting up. I just can't get down in. And I told my daughter, people should talk about this stuff. You know what I mean? So I was out looking. I know it's probably not the conversation you guys want to hear tonight, but I'm going to talk about it anyways before I get this paint ready. So I was having a problem because I missed taking a bath. Like I don't mind showers, but it's just so nice to have a bath once in a while. Like that's like my treat to myself was to light candles and sit down in a nice dimmed bathroom with just a bath, a bubble bath filled with bubbles, I guess the little kid in me never goes away. So I was looking at all these bath chairs and stuff because I just miss sitting in water. And I told my husband I can't stand it anymore. Like I miss my baths. So no, they're too expensive, Sandy. Outfitters and all them stuff, they'll come in and they'll have like a door you can open and you can sit in. I don't want all that crap. I mean, I don't have thousands of dollars to spend on that. I'd rather buy crafts. So I told my husband, it was so funny because we were getting rid of a couch and we couldn't get it out the door. So we broke it down and there was sponge sticking out, the part that you prop your feet up on. So I told him, pull that sponge out. And I started to get this idea because when I was looking online for shower chairs, there's no Sitz Baths in them. It's like, I mean, literally sit here when you get a chance after the live stream and type in bath chairs. Like there's nothing out there that retains water. It's like they all have holes in them because you're in a shower. And of course, it spreads out on the chair holes to go down the drain. The only thing that I could find as far as a Sitz Bath was concerned for a woman or a man is over your toilet. I mean, freaking really, I have a bitch about this. And I wish, I could get a hold of a place that actually makes bath chairs. I'm hoping that somebody will watch the video I made because, I think about this kind of stuff. I've worked taking care of people, private in-home care, and none of the chairs have had anything to do with like a bath capacity. So, what I ended up doing was I stole the sponge. It's a long, narrow, like it's a long sponge out of a couch that props your feet up. So I took it out and I got to thinking, I told my husband I was looking at shower chairs online and I'm sorry, but I just don't find it sanitary to do a Sitz Bath over your toilet. I don't care how clean your toilet is. I'm not taking a bath over my freaking toilet. That's just so germy to me. So I put the sponge, I ordered a shower chair and I took the sponge from the couch. And I said, because what could you think of that could retain water but wouldn't flood? Because you don't want to flood in your chair either. And I thought, why not a sponge? So I took this sponge and I have a video on it where I put it across my chair. I just showed a demonstration of what it looks like. It's been amazing because you sit the sponge on the chair, you turn the shower on and you get it wet. And then you can take like whatever soap you're using, Dove, Alvino, whatever, and I pump my Alvino on the sponge and get it soapy, and then I sit in it. And it's like amazing. I love it. So, and I'm sure they can't design a chair with the sponge built on it because, they do get germy and you would have to wash them eventually, but they need some kind of shower chairs out there to do something like that where you could have like sponges that are interchangeable. It's real long. And then when you're done getting a shower, it's really cool because all you have to do is hold it and you squeeze it all the way down and the water falls off of it. So you squeeze your water out after the shower and then you turn it around and you do it again. And then I flop it over the chair and it dries on its own. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's the best Sitz Bath I've had, and I can't tell you when. So my husband, he gets in the shower and he's like, I don't know if I can handle this chair. It's in my way because our bathroom's like long and narrow. It's not wide to take the chair out and sit the chair in the bathroom for somebody to take a shower. So I told him, just sit on it and try. You can stand up and still get yourself, soaped up. I said, but just sit on it and let it hit your back because not only that, it's a massage because you're down below the shower more. It's amazing. Like I'll lean forward and that shower hits my back and then I lean up and it hits my shoulders. It's like awesome. Shower chairs are a nice invention. So he sits in it. Now I can't get him out of it. He's like, it actually is pretty cool. He said, because they have mats out, because he has arthritis too, and he can't reach the bottom of his feet, and they have bath mats out that's got these holes in them. They sell them at Walmart, and they're like an exfoliating mat that you can put in the bottom of your tub, and you can actually, scrub your feet off without actually having to wash them. But all I can say is he sat in that shower chair. He says, "This is the first time I've been able to literally reach down and scrub my feet." People should talk about these things. I mean, seriously. And the other thing that I come up with this year was shoes. I sat and I'm thinking, I can't pull, like they do have, those things that the shoe horns or whatever that's long and you can pull your shoes on. But what if you don't have one? I was having problems because, like I said, my arthritis, I can touch my toes, but I can't grab the back of my feet. So my shoes, I couldn't get them on. Like how you have the tape of shoes that tie and you get them down halfway and your shoe stops it. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Like I couldn't put on 2 pairs of my shoes. So I'm like, what kind of shoes do they have for seniors out that you can actually slip your feet in? And I'm not talking like slippers with the backs out or clogs and things like that. I mean like a pair of snow boots because I live in snowy weather. Huh? Yeah. Me, I like the bathtub too, Josh. Oh. Well, I don't know about a smelly bathroom, but I know that when I used to bartend, I used to hate cleaning the men's room. And my tip on that is get yourself some good Pine Sol. Get yourself a very long handled mop, Josh. Stand outside this door and start scrubbing the walls before you hit the toilets. That's what I used to do. I would stand outside the men's room because it was a small bathroom, and I would scrub everything on my way in because it stunk so bad. The females' bathroom wasn't bad, but the males, I mean, because you're drinking, they're missing the toilet and stuff. It was gross. Their bathrooms were so disgusting. So whenever I had to open the bar, that's what I did. I would literally take a mop of Pine Sol and I would clean all the ceiling to the floor first, and then I would hit the urinals because the bathroom stunk so bad it was ridiculous. So that's how you clean a bathroom. Walk in with your mop ready. But no, my bathroom doesn't smell bad. I mean, my bathroom smells fine. We got tile and it's all in good shape and everything. It's just hard to get down into the bathtub unless you have like a pool type or a type that's got steps down into it. I wouldn't even trust steps because they get slippery. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a weeble, where you fall and you can't get up. But anyways, so I went through a whole store and I think there was only Skechers that were decent shoes that you could literally slide in, but I did find a really nice pair of boots. I don't have to tie, I don't have to Velcro, I have to do nothing. I just stand up, stick my foot in it, lean against the wall, and I could push my foot right down into them, and they're amazing. But there was only one boot that I could do that to. And because I always wonder what our seniors go through when they struggle. That's too, like in my lifetime too, you have heavy set people, you have thin people. And two, as you get heavier with age, it's hard to motivate. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been to where I've only weighed like 115 pounds and to a higher amount, being pregnant at 178. It's a struggle. I really feel for people who are overweight and they try to struggle with stuff because I know with my arthritis just getting in and out of the tub, I can only imagine what they go through. So, I sympathize because I think that there can be some products out there to accommodate instead of doctors always blaming everything on a person's weight. Why don't accommodate the weight a little bit too to help people out so they don't struggle so much? Because I know, some people that are heavier, they don't even want to get in and out of the tub. I don't blame them because I'm having a hard time with arthritis and being stiff, not being able to do it. It's just things I've been thinking about, because not everybody in the world is built the same. We all suffer through something. But anyways, now that we get to this, I want to play. So I'm going to put a little bit of these. Oh, please don't tell me they're sealed too. They aren't. Good. I don't think so. I don't think they are. Let's try it. Looks like there's a block there. Oh, you got to be kidding me. It's up inside. I was not planning on this part. Okay. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. Just give me a second. So that means if this one's got it, they all have it. A little handy dandy garbage. Oh, that's so annoying. I mean, some things I don't mind having a seal cap on, but really, paint, come on, people. But I don't know. I think about stuff like this. Maybe I think too much. I don't know. But I think people should talk about this stuff sometimes. I remember my grandmother, when I was growing up, she had a walker and she would just shuffle her little slippered feet across the floor. Hold on, I gotta grab me a paper towel. And she was funny, but they do have cute things out now for like walkers and stuff. I remember when I was taking care of this one lady in private care, her granddaughter brought in one of those baskets, like a little girl's bike that's got flowers. And she put her little basket on the front of her walker so she could carry stuff. I thought that was a cute idea. So I had never thought of a bike one. Some of the things that people think of as very cute. Well, that part was not fun. Okay, so we're going to go over here. Clean off my scissors. I tell you what, I love these We Are Memory Keepers. You know, technically, I don't know what these are called, if they're called scissors or not, but I love them way better than a pair of scissors. Okay, so back to starting. Let's do orange first. Put a little bit in here. This is really pretty colors for sure. So we'll do an orange. We'll do a green. This is really cute colors, really cute. This is do they even have the name? Yeah. This is Calypso Teal. This color here is Tangerine Dream. And this color here is called Polished Jade. And this color here is London Blue. So you know what colors I'm playing with. Boy, are these pretty. So I will show you up close. Look at this shimmer. It's a very pretty paint. Okay. So we're going to do this. I don't know what all materials you absolutely have to use gesso on. But I made these envelopes the last Wednesday I was on out of just regular paper. I can do these out of magazines. This came out of the encyclopedias I was using up. So I decided, you know, I just want to play just to see how this looks. I don't know what paint you can even finger paint and stuff like that with anymore. All the toxins out there. So we'll scoot this over. We're going to do this one. Just gesso for now. No rhyme or reason for this part of it. Just coating the paper. Put some up here. I think ephemera is fun. Sometimes I think ephemera is funner to play with than making the journals at times. So my little handy dandy heat gun here. Again. These are very lightweight envelopes. Just going to dry them a little faster. Since I'm not editing, I got to use my dryer. So sorry if it hurts your ears. Okay, since I did a late thing of gesso, it's dry. Doesn't take long. Okay. So, play the orange first. Let's see how this comes out on paper. How cool is that? Pretty color for sure. I should have put my mat down. And of course I did it. So I hope I don't get done on this, but if I can't, I'll just have to clean it up fast. want to see how some ideas that's been running through my mind. I'll be watching TV or sleeping at night, and I don't know. My mind just kind of wanders with, what if I tried this? Or what if I did this? So I kind of want to experiment with this. And I'm actually in the middle working on 2 journals right now. I'm doing a custom one for someone that requested one. And if this turns out pretty on this envelope, it might just go in her journal. We shall see. I'm playing with a digital kit and definitely different colors I would not normally use because she requested specific colors. So far, it's looking good. But I do like when people request specific things because then it gives me different ideas to play with out of my comfort zone. Not really comfort zone, just out of my normal zone. I think I'm pretty comfortable trying anything new. I'm definitely not going to be one of those crafters that has a repetitive style that looks the same. Like, you know how sometimes you hear music and it almost sounds like they're singing the same style of music through their whole album and they don't change, and then they have like this one hit wonder. I don't want to be that type of a person. Not saying it's a bad thing or anything, just I want to progress in this different, doing different things. This color is really pretty though. I will give it that much credit. I like it. This orange is pretty, pretty, pretty. I don't know how long this paint takes to dry. We will find out though. I've never played with this kind. Wish I could finger paint. Love to finger paint too. Messy. It's fun to be messy. Okay, let's relieve this for a second. I want to see how long this takes to dry. So give it a minute. If anybody wants to come up, you let me know. You can always come up on the panel with me and chat away. I don't know if that's a crinkle in the paper or paint. I think it's a crinkle in the paper. Okay. Let me see. Well, wasn't that pretty though? Look at that. See how it's got like a gloss? It's got a shine. So you don't need to add like a top layer like some people do with Mod Podge and that. You can just leave it as is and it's dry already. How cool is that? Got blue paint on me though. Okay. So now that I got that part done, like I said, I'm just playing. I might look like a 7-year-old doing this, but I think it's fun. I got this off of Maddie's, so I think they had these specially made. This stencil with butterflies. What's fun with the plastic stencils is they're washable. So I'm going to take, rinse this first. See how well this paint rinses off. I'm not going to use that same one. I'm going to get a new paintbrush. No, that's not the kind I want. Hold on. I got to pick one. I want this one. Love these brushes. They're called ZHU Ting Ting Artist Brush. These are, I think, from Walmart. See if it'll focus. Come on. No, it's not going to. It's going to be a brat. I don't know, but it's brush number 5. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to dip it in the London Blue. And see what it does. I probably used too much, but that's okay. I'm heavy-handed when it comes to Now, I know I have wet ones down here somewhere. I just don't know where they're at for the second. So we're going to take this and do this. And wipe it off a little bit so it doesn't get all over everything. The stencil. One thing's nice about these stencils is, you know, once they dry, the paint or whatever you're using, I take a toothbrush and Blue Dawn to clean up my stencils. That's what I use, but it's still, look how cute that is. I'll use less paint next time. Okay, so we'll go down here and let's try this butterfly without messing that one up. And this one we will do green. Do this one later handed. See how it turns out. Experimenting with this stuff is so much fun. I love it. Okay. I'm going to try something a little different with this. Hold on. Let's see if it'll hold in place a little better with the paint. We'll give it a quick little dry. Looks better than the first one. It's not so blotchy. So cute though. These are so cute to play with. And then up here in the corner, let's see here. Dry enough, yeah. We will take this one. I don't know if you can see this or not. And I'm going to go into this with the teal. We'll pick out what color we like best on this orange. There we go. And then without using paint underneath, it dries pretty fast. That's not dry. And I smeared it. That's okay. I can work on another one. I can just use this as an experimental one. Just until this dries. I'm going to take this and let's use this color. I can bring my brushes down here and head up in the sink. So I'll break open a new one. Take this. I love the smell of these. You got a different smell to them. That is so cool looking. I love playing with mazes. That is so cool. So that was something different. Look how that turned out. That's pretty wild. Okay. So we'll set that aside. This one's gessoed and ready to go. So I'm going to take and I'm going to do this one a little different. Sandy, you should be up here doing this with me. We need to get you back and get your craft on, lady. This paint is really pretty. Really, really. Oh, that would be my luck. Should have put it in water. I just flung it to my floor. Because I'm messy. It's okay, I got it though. All right. So let's see here. I bet. Well, we want you up here so you can craft with us. Let's see how much comes off my brush without dipping it, because it seems like it spreads a long way. I guess it depends on how much coverage. A person wants to use, you know. Can only imagine what this would look like on a book cover. This paint is so pretty. Yeah, it definitely has a more colorful look, and it's that shimmer that's in it. You know, people are always using Mod Podge or something to decoupage with, and you really don't need it with this particular paint. Not fond of this particular brush. I tend to like brushes that are not real flowy. Like this one here has got a flowier tip to it. It's like a bushier tip. I don't like the bushy tips. Even when I do makeup, I'm the same way. Like, I'll show you the difference. I don't know what it is, if it's just a left-hander in me or what, but you have the straight tip to the point tip on these brushes. I like this one better. This type over here. The pointer ones, I'm not really a fan of those ones. Okay. This one back. This was my orange one. Look how this comes off even with water. That's pretty cool. Wonder if water would even move them around. Don't know. But this has got a lot of water on it, so we'll see what this looks like on this one. Ooh, that makes it spread even more when the brush is more watery. Interesting. It definitely breaks down the thickness compared to a brush that doesn't have water on it for sure. Let's see if it takes out the glow. I'm curious. Does the water kill the glow? We shall find out. Let's see. Oh, I guess not too bad. The shine is still there. Definitely different. Hey, Sonia. I'm playing. Sandy, you didn't get a virtual hug. I had to give you one. Gotta get my hugs in. So, yeah, it's definitely a pretty paint. If you look at the two. But this also gives you an idea when you're looking at the Delusion paints. Okay, like look at the mousse, how the mousse is definitely lighter, but it's still got that shimmer too. That's why I like playing with the mousses. But these are cute. And fun. And it dries pretty fast. And let me see. Did I just, oh, here it is. Let me try. Oh, let's see. What do I want to do with the center? I didn't use this color. Okay, Tammy, don't do it again. Okay. So we're going to take this littler brush. Let's use this and see what happens. We're using a different stencil. and a different type of paintbrush. It's one of those thinner tipped ones. Swirl it around. Okay. Can see if the thinner tip does a little better. Don't know if it will or not, or if it's the paint. Let's see. Come on, phone. I'm hoping. Just a few seconds. Ooh. Just must be my painting. I'm blotching it. But still a cute design. I thought this was Spellbinders. I think I told somebody it was, but it isn't. I found a receipt. I can't remember where I got it, but it's not like a normal brand that crafters talk about. It wasn't a Spellbinders. But this was fun. It really does good on paper, for sure. It's really pretty on paper. It's got like a really smooth texture. It didn't bubble it. So that was cool. Yeah, I like the mousses too. Mousses really smear out very well. But that was definitely different. I had fun with the mousses on this piece of paper. Look how cool that turned out. Let me see here. Cut out another envelope because I just want to play. I can't help myself. I do get some really cool stencils. Bought a couple more the other day, but I think they're upstairs. Cut. I'm going to use up some of these paints. Okay, so we have these two envelopes that we shall set aside. These are my favorite fussy cutting scissors too. We'll make a big envelope. We got a hunt outside between two wild creatures. I hear one screaming. All right, hurry back. I don't know if it's a rabbit or what it is. There's something outside screaming. I know it's nature, but I still feel for the underdog. Let's say, okay, so this one, I'm just going to play with the stencil. No, doesn't matter if it's cut off, I guess. Okay. These are the only colors I get from the Dilutions because I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of colors if I didn't like it. I don't know how many colors they have out. I'm not sure. Let's just brush off some. So we're going to still use the orange and the orange. It's drying on here fast too. Let's see how this turns out. I'm just curious. That's it, Tammy. Go ahead and move it. Make a mess. Most people tape this stuff down, but you know, I never do anything normal. Okay. And then this one came pretty clean. We will take And use the green here. Still. I don't know what this will look like, but we shall find out. Okay. Oh, that's cool looking. Now that I like. So where the colors aren't close together, but you spread them out, you get a different type of look. That is cool. It's making my stencil shimmery too. Look at that. Ooh. Welcome back, Sandy. This is fun. Look at that. So on the stencils, it's funner to separate. Like this. That turned out really cool looking. I like it. I do. Spurts of stuff, right? It's cool. Get as much paint on this brush as I can because I like using this one. The number 5. Okay. So on the other side, let's do the blue on the outer part. Oh, this blue is so pretty. Yes, us blue people. We like the blues. Okay. Clean this up. This is the orange one. Get the orange off of it. This one is number 4. Paint brush number 4. Look how pretty the napkin is. Ooh. All colorful with grungy. Okay. And we'll do the inside of this one with teal. My nose is itching. Somebody must be talking about me. Or usually it's your ear that itches. I don't know. Whichever one. This experimenting is fun. It really, really is. And I'm being a little sloppy. I'm not being real careful. Okay. Ready? Oh, I like it. What's that song? I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay. Look how pretty. Look what it's doing to my stencil. I friggin' love it. That is per T. And then we'll go here. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and use this one since it's already cleaned. Let's do something different. I feel like being different. Okay. You rinse my brushes. Get my little jar of water over here. There's 1, 2. 3 and 4. Okay. Very careful. Very careful. This is going to be cool. One. I don't know if there's any orange even left on here. Maybe a little bit. Oh, that turned like a brown. I think I mixed 2 colors, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just playing. Stencil's not really laying flat. Come on, it's like crinkled up some, so I use my pinky. Try to flatten it out a little bit. I guess I should have put the orange between the two. The teal and the blue, but that's okay. So let's see what this looks like. Blue. Water. Wait a minute. No. What'd I do? Orange, green, blue, teal. Green, blue. I messed up my colors, but it will. This almost looks like a brown now instead of an orange. I think there was a blue in the brush. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look. Oh, is that not cool? Oh my gosh, it looks like gemstones. That's awesome. I'm like really loving this paint. That is so freaking cool. Wish I knew where my wet ones were though. Usually I have them sitting right beside me. I don't know what the heck to do with them. But oh well, it'll wash off. So what do you think? The finish? Look how cool that is. I like it. Definitely something different for sure. Very, very colorful. So it's all shimmery. Isn't that pretty? Little envelope. I like it. Yeah. Fun stuff. Always fun stuff. To put these in here. These my stencils. I don't know where my other stencils are off the top of my head. I'll have to look for them to bring out some more fun. Is this them? No. Darn it anyways. I thought I had them sit within reach, but you know, I rearrange stuff, then I can't find stuff. So I must have moved them. But anyway, that was fun. Something different for a change. I didn't use gesso on this envelope. I did it without it. Shut my gesso. But anyways, these are the envelopes with the gesso. And then this one's without. And I don't think you need gesso. We bled on both. Bled on this one because I was using too much. But I'm just saying, you can, you know, I don't know what gesso is for. You don't necessarily have to use it on paper if you don't want to, because it kind of gave it a cloudy look, where this here you see the words better. So I don't think you have to on paper. I don't know. It's just my observation. I think, isn't gesso more for like a scratchy surface though? Like if you're doing a book cover or something like that. You know what I mean? It comes off with water pretty easy. So at least the paint washes off good, which is a good thing. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary to have gesso when you're doing paper. Doesn't look like it. It's probably more for a primer with a harder surface or something. I don't know, but I really like this stencil too. Oh, I have stencils right beside me. Of course. Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I don't think the paper really needed it, you know? Let's see what this looks like. Since I have a little bit of paint left, we'll take in I'll turn this one around. I want to play with this for a second because I want to see what this will do. That one. This one will work. since I'm going to use blue anyways. Okay. This stencil's a little heavier than the other two. So let's see what this does. This is a little watered down too, so that might be another reason why it's running, because I'm using water on my brushes. But I was definitely heavy-handed when I did the first one. I like dark colors. I'm not a watercolor person. I think watercolors are pretty. It's just, I don't know. I just like dark colors for some reason. Okay. Let's see what happens with this. To me, this looks like it's going to be a little runny just because the paint's running. But I mean, it's legible. You definitely can tell it's the word dream. But see the A? How little bit heavy-handed it was because of the liquid. An old toothbrush should work on this later. I'll clean it up. I like this. Hey, Arlene. But that's pretty. I like it. I felt like crafting tonight, finally. Missed on my Wednesdays, but I just wasn't up to par. So tonight I feel, I'll just come on and play. This was fun. I was playing with Delusions paint for a change. And I'm impressed. It's really pretty and it's shimmery. And I had fun. Because that's what we like to do, huh? Have fun. Hey, Arlene. My phone just beep, 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 beep. I gotta move it. It's buzzing too much. So these are the envelopes I have left to play with that I made last Wednesday. So these are going to be fun to play with too. I think I might do some napkin play with some of these, but for another time. What you think? Something fun? Thank goodness for paper towels. I should have dumped that gesso into a glass jar. My lid was stuck and I had to really pry it to get it open. See my pretty colorful water? It turned blue, teal, like a blue tealish color. Love my little mason jars. Yeah, I think I had a brown in this brush, and then I added orange and it turned it brown. Like a blue in this brush, I mean. I guess blue and orange makes brown. This one's pretty easy to clean. The pointy ones are easier to clean. I don't feel like the paint gets up in them. As much as these ones, but I like the edged ones. Well, hey, Deb. Long time no talk. How are you doing? Yeah, I paid for StreamYard, so I guess I should get some more use out of it. I mean, it's 25 bucks a month, and I'm lucky to go on once a month because I was so used to reserving hours. But then I think if I go live, what am I going to talk about? I would always just go over my hours. So I think you get 20 hours free. But when I was doing live sales, I kept going over my time limit or I kept getting too close. So I figured, I'll just pay and then when I do my live sales, I can do them as long as I want. But then I quit doing live sales as much. So, and I missed out on an estate sale recently. I wished I would have went, but I just wasn't up to it because I need to build my stash back up again for sales, that is. Try to find good bargains for people. Oh, well, that's not good. Having pain's not fun. Me, it's just, I don't know. When the season started changing, I just got so sleepy. It was weird. Like I went through this spurt and then my right side quit working. Like my legs and stuff. It's just like I was having a hard time walking. And so it was just weird. I get to go after the holidays to see my doctor. I think it's time to have a reevaluation on my arthritis and probably need blood work and stuff again. So it's been a while. I guess they weren't having enough. Well, my doctor misdiagnosed me last time. Well, he's not really a dermatologist, but they were treating me for eczema when I actually had psoriasis. And what was weird is I did see a specialist and he saw the back of my neck. You think he would have known the difference because it took a YouTuber. There was a YouTuber said that looks like psoriasis, and I suggested it to the nurse practitioner, and she's like, you're right. It's what it does look like. And they changed my ointment because I'm telling you, just a tiny little piece of hair would go past my ear. It would send me through orbit. My ears were itching so bad they looked like Rudolph because I was rubbing on them so much. And she told me he should have did a scrape on the back of my neck because you got to scrape for the psoriasis. And they didn't. They were treating me for eczema for months. And I said, this cream is not working. Like I was literally using Alvino, anything with oatmeal in it just to get my ears to quit. I haven't been able to wear earrings or nothing. So when I went in for the psoriasis treatment and she totally changed the cream that I was using. I couldn't believe the difference because now I can wear earrings and stuff again. My ears do not itch. It's amazing. And the redness on the back of my neck is gone. Hey, Laura. I had a picture on my phone at one time, and I had posted it on Facebook asking people if they ever seen anything like it before because my husband thought I had shingles, like a mild case of shingles. I said, no, it's not shingles. I knew that was one thing to rule out, but because usually when it's shingles, it's like it looks like blocks on the back of your neck, almost like a brick layer. I don't know. It's just different looking because I've seen somebody with shingles before. I don't know if it's still on my phone. I might have taken the picture off. I'll scroll through here real quick. I got so many pictures on here. I need to dump my phone. But I had my husband take a picture of the back of my neck before it was treated. And it was bad. But they didn't diagnose it right. But when I get my 2 journals I'm working on, I'm doing them away from the camera. When I'm done, I'll do a couple video flip throughs. The one I'm doing for a person, it's a special order. I'll show it after she gets it because it's going to be a surprise. I was going to work on it during my live stream so people could see the process all along, but I kind of want her to be surprised with what the results are. So I'll wait till she gets it, then I'll do a flip through if she likes it. And if she doesn't, then I'll put it up for sale. I never charged beforehand. Oh, that's terrible, Laura. See, I've never seen it there. I saw it on the back of the neck and on a person's head. I had a friend that I worked with, and she thought she had a blind pimple. And she was separating her hair. She goes, this hurts so bad. She says, is that like a blind pimple? And she was showing me, and I said, no, but you should get it checked because it doesn't look right. And she went in and she had shingles, and it was all over her head. And she was out of work for like 6 weeks. It got really bad on her. She was in major pain. But that has to kill your paycheck. You know what I mean? I mean, thank goodness she had a husband, but to have that and miss that much work would be terrible. But she had it really bad. I've never heard of it around personal parts. I've just heard about it around. My husband had it on the back of his neck once. And then the girl I worked with it had it in her hair. I've never heard about it on the private areas. I guess it just depends on the person. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to wet this paper towel down. What did you have in your ears, Deb? Shingles? Or is it when we were talking about psoriasis and the other? I found it strange because like I would sleep at night. At first my husband thought it was poison. I never get poison. I literally can rub poison ivy all over my body and I never get it. But my husband and daughter get it terribly. Like they can't be around it at all. My daughter had it so bad one year. All he did was mow the grass and it went in the air on our old property. It's the one thing I don't miss about our old properties. I had a lot of wild poison. And my daughter got it in her eyes and everything else. It was horrible. But I don't get stuff like that. So that's why I thought it was weird because I was sleeping and how it started. Well, at first, I don't know if it was coincidental because we moved and the water here and the treatment's different. So I never had this issue at all. And then we moved here and I thought I was having a chemical reaction to the water treatment here because it's a whole different setup. And, I got a shower, and then it was just like, I don't know, after showers, my ears started itching. And I told him, I said, "I wonder if there's a chemical that I'm allergic to or something, because that's when it started." But it could have been coincidental, I don't know. But at night, not even having a shower, just like at night, just going to bed, and everything would be completely dry on me. All of a sudden, this liquid comes out of nowhere in my ear. That's why my husband thought it was poison, because he said, sometimes you get a blister with poison and then a liquid will come out of it. And that's how it spreads. Well, that's how this started. It was like a liquid, and I had like a little bump in my ear, and then this liquid just drained on my pillow. And I'm like, what the heck? So I took and would wash the pillowcase and stuff, and that's why my doctors thought it was eczema, because whatever this liquid is, it's the re-breakage of it open. I know, it's just really weird. And it was getting on the outside of my ear more, and it was just itching everywhere. And I couldn't wear earrings. And I couldn't even have my hair down. Like, my hair has been pulled up for months because I cannot have my hair near my ears. That's how bad it would drive me crazy. So I was getting my hair cut, and I told the lady, just don't cut it short to where I can't pull it in a ponytail, because that would have drove me absolutely nuts. I would have probably had to wear breaths or something, because my ears just cannot be touched by hair. It just literally would send me through orbit. Like, I would be like, "Ugh." So they put me on this cream, and I went through the tube of it, but in between, like, when I would get showers too, like, all day long, this isn't just like a shower time thing. I would be taking a warm washcloth and washing my ears, because that's how bad they were driving me crazy. And I'd be watching TV, scratch, scratch, scratching, scratch, scratch, scratch. And he says, "You can't itch." I said, "Well, you know what? When it itches, I'm gonna scratch it." So so I kept using Alvino because it had oatmeal in it, and I kept just cleaning my ears like 2 or 3 times a day, if not more. 2 is the least. I would say 3 to 4 times a day, that's how much I was cleaning my ears, because they were driving me crazy itching, and the back of my neck. But the back of my neck didn't look like what was on my ears. The back of my neck, there was red lines, and you could see it more. Where my ears, it was just more red from me scratching them. So I had a patch come out here of dry skin one day, and I just kept scratching it and scratching it. Well, then I put the ointment on it, and it went away. Well, it came back again, but this time it got worse. So I kept thinking, I was using Alvino and everything else. I thinking, well, if it's not taking care of what's on my hand, how do I know it's taking care of what's on my ear? And this here was bad. Like, I wouldn't even put this hand in my video because the circle was, like, really huge. So I had my hand up, and somebody saw it on YouTube. I cannot remember who was in my live stream. I wish I could go back and figure out which live stream it was. But she says, "That looks like psoriasis." And I'm like, the medicine I've had's not working for me to have to wash my ears that many times a day. I said, "I ask." So when I went back in, I did. I asked the nurse practitioner, I said, "Look at the back of my neck, because it doesn't look like the same as what my ears look like." And she says, I said, "Somebody on YouTube said psoriasis." And she said, "You know what? That person might be right." She was looking up pictures and images online, and she said the only way you would know for sure is to see, an allergy person, whoever specializes in that, and they have to scrape it, and then they test it. That's how you test for psoriasis. She says, "But in the meantime," I said, "Well, is it the same cream?" And she says, "No, it's a complete other cream that you should be using." She says, "How about we try it?" So she sent me home with this tube, and oh my gosh, the relief has been amazing. So when I looked at psoriasis, it says something about cells. They grow too fast or something. They group together, and that's what causes it on your skin. It causes like a extreme dryness. So, I don't know, but it's crazy because this cream has been, like, amazing. Because I've been using it, my ears are fine again, my neck, the redness, everything's gone on the back of my neck. It's just like it's amazing. It's gone. And every once in a while, I don't have to do it, like, every day or every time I shower, but, like, every, I don't know, couple days, I take a little bit on my finger and I rub that cream everywhere, and I have not had any itching back. It's just I can't believe the difference between the 2 creams. And plus the dryness is gone. Like, it's just it's unreal how different my skin looks. So I love it. I'm, like, happy that I don't itch all the time. It's terrible. I told my husband, I said, "I don't know." I said, "Sometimes I wish it would burn so it would quit itching." I don't know if I would wanna be itchy for the rest of my life or be in pain in the rest of my life because that itch was horrible. And I'd be standing outside, and, when them straggly hairs would get down and the breeze would hit my hair and it would brush across that ear and it'd be like, "Oh," and I'm dig, 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 because the slightest little feeling was horrible. Now I can wear my hair down again. It's awesome. So, but it's just crazy the things that we go through in different stages of our lives. But anyway, these are the delusions I use. They're upside down is how the labels are instead of right side up. I mean, it's crazy. But this was Tangerine Dream. The blue is London Blue. These are the names. This is what the label looks like. It's Delusions. It's called Shimmer Paint. And there's the Tangerine Dream. And then we have this really pretty, it's called Calypso Teal. And then this here is the Polished Jade. My oldest daughter's name's Jade. That's funny. I don't know if it'll focus. Come on, focus. But that says Polished Jade. And this is what all the colors look like. They're really pretty. There's the orange. The London Blue is really gorgeous. And then here's the green. And then that up there, I think, is the teal. But look how pretty they are. That's the teal over here. It's not really showing up, but it is like a really pretty green. The blue's really showing up, though. Finally, it doesn't look purple. But this is like a hunter green. Like, it's like a dark green, but it's not showing for some reason. It shows more back here, I think. They're pretty colors. I only got these ones so far. But I really like them because they're shimmery. You don't have to add any glaze to them. They're nice. So that was fun. Now I'm going to empty out my pretty blue water. Blue tealish looking. This was different. It was fun. I like playing with different stuff. Meta what? Medical send me your what? I've used everything. Yeah, isn't that weird, Debbie? How it would like run out of your ear. It was weird. It's like a liquid that comes out of nowhere. It's weird. It makes you itch like crazy. I thought Texas was coming back on her live tonight. I've been waiting for her to go live because she's supposed to finish her sale. She started to have a sale earlier and she didn't finish. I did a video tonight where I uploaded it, and I'll probably maybe I'll run it tomorrow. Hey, Safina, how are you? Well, I'm usually on really late too, which I want to start. I think I'm going to do my Wednesday lives earlier in the future. Maybe I should just, I mean, I don't like being random. I kind of like having a night where I'm on it at the same time where people know I'm going to be here, but I don't know. Sometimes I just don't feel like it, so it's been hard. The cream was it's a prescription, Debbie, by my doctor. It was in a yellow and white box. I forget what it is. I'll have to look at it. I'll write it down. I'm not downstairs. I mean, I'm downstairs, not where my medicine's at, but when I get the chance, I'll write the name of it down if I remember, and I'll bring it to one of my lives and tell you what it is. But the tube on the first one, it was I think the first one was like a hydrocortisone that they gave me for the eczema. It was a red and white tube. And this one here is like a golden white. It came in like a golden white box, and I think that's what's on the tube too, but I don't know the names. I'll have to get it to you. Well, your time zone's later. That's why we miss each other, Safina. She is going to one of her journals is going to be shown in January. The journal that I bought off of Safina, I finally used it because I like taking in the month of January and showing all the journals I used the whole year. And one of hers is going to be shown in it, and it's really nice. She did a good job. I saw it because that's before I knew her on YouTube. I was just trolling Etsy. Sometimes I just go through Etsy, and if I see something that just triggers, I'll buy it to help people out too, especially around the holidays for extra money. And I saw her journal. It was denim. It was my first one out of denim, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, this is so pretty." And so when I was looking around her store, I noticed she also made dangles. Oh my god, I love her dangles. So I had to order. And I do have a journal in mind that I'm gonna use one of the dangles on. I have the cover. Excuse me, I have the cover, but I don't have the pages for it yet. I should do like 12 journals at the same time because I work better that way. I don't like just working on I like working on one project at a time, don't get me wrong, but what I mean is, like, I don't wanna do 12 journals in the same day. I've just noticed when I do journals, I get sick of the same one, and I don't feel like I put as much thought into it and as much as my talent into it. If I have 12 of them laid out, or, like, I don't even know if I could even do 12 at a time, maybe more like 5. I can put one down and work on another, and I enjoy them more that way. Like, right now, I'm working on 2, and it's awesome because I haven't finished the one. I started on it last October, and I never finished it. It's like the signatures are done, they just need sewed in, but I just got sick of it, so I put it down because when I start working, I work, like, all night until I get to a point where I just, "Okay, I'm done. I can stop here." And, because I'm like that when I'm on a roll, I wanna get it done in one day, and I just can't. So what I've been doing is yes, you rotate them exactly, Laura. I like it. I feel like my potential shows more when I put it down because I'm like, "Okay, you're overwhelming yourself." So I'll put it aside, and then I go to work on another one, and I feel like my journals turn out better that way. Debbie, have you tried using Alvino body wash? Sometimes you can get really good deals at Walmart where there's 2 of them together on a special price, and I'm telling you, it's awesome. I actually like the Alvino body washes for, we had a lady I was taking care of in a skilled living facility, and she was having problems because the heat. She had a little electric heater in her room, and her legs were itching all the time. So, like, when I would go in to help her go to the bathroom and stuff, because she had like a, her pot in her room, she couldn't walk very well. So it took two of us to like lift her up. Sometimes you could do it alone. If she wrapped her hands around your shoulder, you could do her by herself, but it was easier to do with two people. But I remember every time I would take her to the bathroom, she would like, "Please, could you scratch my legs?" Because her legs were so dry. So I bought her a bottle, and I told her, I said, "When they do your showers with you, if I'm not here, have them try this." And she absolutely loved it. She said, "My skin feels so good using this Alvino, and it's the oatmeal. It's like there's something in oatmeal that's just amazing." Because I know when my daughters had chicken pox when they were younger, calamine lotion was something my mother used to stick all over us when we had our chicken pox. But my daughters, I put a sock in the tub with them. I took an unmated sock and I filled it up with oats, and it's that cream in the oats. And I would drip it all over their legs and all over their back and wherever they had. And my kids they could sleep without scratching to death. So that's that. I found it soothing. Seems like to be a soothing thing for people with chicken pox and stuff. But I like it because I use Alvino myself. I don't have like extremely dry skin, just in a couple areas. Like my skin's mainly oily on my face and stuff. I don't have dry skin on my face. I get like a little bit of a T-zone around my nose where it might get dry sometimes, but the rest of my face is like oily. So I have to be careful what I use. And I was having some issues with the heels of my feet, like right on the back of my feet, not the heel, the bottom, but the back of my foot, my ankle, I should say, the back of my ankle. I was getting dry skin there real bad. So I started buying the Alvino just to see what it would do. It's amazing. Like I really like it. It's even nice to have a foot soak and squirt some of that into your foot soak too. Oh my goodness. But all I'm saying is if you can get a hold of Alvina, that's what I would try. Because it's really soapy. Like, if you get it into one of those thin washcloths, it's hard to rinse it out. That's how soapy it gets. But I'm a Dove. I'm the love of Dove. I am the Dove girl. There is nothing like Dove. I love Dove bar soaps. I love Dove creamy soaps. Dove has been something my mother raised me on since I was a little girl, and I just absolutely love it. I think if you have Dove, you don't need nothing else. But, it just depends on your skin too, because like I said, sometimes my skin gets oily. So there is a little bit of skincare I like trying. I do like skincare. I like skincare more than makeup. And I've done Georgette Klinger has amazing stuff. They've got a lot of skincare products with honey and a bunch of different things in them. And it's just they got great skincare lines. And I think the best for oily skin that I ever used was back when Mary Kay had those green masks before they blended things. Because they used to have like numbers where you would get a mask and a toner and all this. Well, they took two steps and mushed them together, and I wish they wouldn't have done it because I used two different numbers because I had combo skin. So when they meshed two of the products together, it kind of ruined the whole skincare line for me. But Georgette Klinger come out with the mask kind of like what Mary Kay used to have, and it's amazing. Like I can literally feel when I would wear the Mary Kay, and I had oily skin so bad in my teenage years, and I had bangs, which even made it worse because when your hair's oily, it's on your forehead and ugh, it's just a mess. But I could feel like a little tingle, like a little burning sensation, a little tingle where the mask was actually absorbing the oil from my skin. And my face would be awesome when I would clean the mask off. And the Georgette Clinger, I can feel it tighten because now it doesn't burn anymore because I don't have oil as bad when I was a teenager. But I can feel it tighten on my face as it's drying, and it's amazing when it's washed off because it really pulls all the oil out that I don't need. Let me see if I can pull it up. If anybody's interested in skincare, I'll share. My daughter enjoys it because every tip she said I've given her about makeup, she loves it because she doesn't do the YouTube and, she didn't watch and do all the reviews that I did on stuff because that's how my channel started, was on all that kind of stuff. And I learned a lot. I was like proud of myself. Like these brushes here, that's what made me think to use these brushes in art supplies. I did this on my own without ever hearing somebody tell me to use these because these are the brushes I use for foundation on my face. And when we were younger growing up, it was just your fingers. Like I didn't use sponges and things like that for foundation, but they have big ones like these that are oval shaped. And I bought a set, and I'm telling you, it puts foundation on your face flawlessly. Like these blend your foundation like no other makeup brush I've ever used in my life. And so I got to thinking one night, I saw little ones. I think I was because I have a set, bigger to the tiny, but I never used the little ones. I guess the little ones you could use for concealer, dab under your eyes. I don't know. I just never used them. And I thought, if this blends makeup on your face so nice, what could it do for crafting? And that's what made me think to use these with mousses. And I used these when I did my mousse page. And then it was funny because then I was watching somebody else using them. And then I saw Maddie sell them at her sale, and I started laughing because I just thought it was hysterical because these are amazing. This is how it blends out your mousses. So these brushes are awesome. And you can get them a whole pack of them. They're only like $1 a piece on AliExpress. They don't cost that much. Heck, when they sent me, when I bought them, it's a whole package, and they're only $1 a piece, and you get a whole bunch of them. And then I just take and wash these out with Blue Dawn, just like I do my makeup brushes. I love Blue Dawn. I think it takes everything off. But I'll run these under with Dawn, and they just come out so smooth, and they clean up really nice from the mousses and stuff. And then when I'm doing my plates on my Big Shot, you run them under hot water, save old toothbrush, or you can even buy a new toothbrush. I mean, they're only $1 at the Dollar Tree. And I run my plates underneath water, and I put Blue Dawn on them, and I scrub my plates with the toothbrush. And it gets all the little pieces out of the indents because after you use your Big Shot enough, with your die cuts, it leaves marks where paper sticks in sometimes, but a toothbrush will clean all that out. And then the hot water bends them back to normal. Like I'll bend the plates back to normal because if I'm using, they're okay on paper. They don't get so bad, but when you start cutting into cardboard and stuff, your plates start getting bended. I think I bought 3 sets of plates already off of Amazon for mine. That's how much I've used mine. But I clean them and try to bend them back to shape as much as possible. But I really like Blue Dawn for a lot of stuff. My makeup brushes, everything. It cleans off everything really well. And for makeup brushes, your regular brushes, I've got this sponge. It's got these things sticking out on them. and it's really good to take in. You could probably even use crafting brushes and clean them that way, and you just rub it and with the Blue Dawn, and it cleans down in the bristles. But that's kind of the stuff I did, and I was telling my daughter about this for foundation, and I bought her a set for Christmas, and, she just couldn't get over it. She was just like, "Ma," it's just she says, it's flawless." She says, "It's like I took an air sprayer and sprayed my face." She just couldn't get over how much this blended out the foundation on her face. And she was a stay-at-home mom there for a while. Now she's back to working in an office. I just gave her a bunch of makeup here the other day. I used to get, Walmart boxes. They have seasonal boxes. I don't know how much they are now, but they were like $5 and you would get one for summer, winter. Sometimes you would have an $8 or a $10 box, it depending on if it was like a special holiday. I think right before Christmas, the winter box always had more items. But the Walmart boxes are fun. Like, you get cute stuff in them. Like, they would send you, um sometimes the products were full size, sometimes sample, but you would get, like, degree deodorant, and then you would get an eyeliner or a mascara, or and they had the little pieces of paper in them to tell you. I used to do unboxings on my channel of them. And then BoxyCharm was another one of my favorites. I did Ipsy, I did the Allure box. I did a whole bunch of them. Now the Allure box, BoxyCharm was the best out of all of them. BoxyCharm and Walmart, because Walmart you weren't getting just makeup. Walmart you would get sometimes, I don't know, just things that they would sell. Like, one of my favorite all times items out of my Walmart box, I can't wait to get a full size because I only got the samples and I'm using my last one right now, is the Pantene foam conditioner. Just like you have, hand soap that's foam, they come out with Pantene hair conditioner, and I'm telling you, it is amazing. I'll show you what it looks like. I never thought I would like, um a foam conditioner for your hair, but I was really shocked at how this made my hair feel, and I still love it. But um my favorite shampoo to use on my hair, I have very thick hair, is I don't know, I used to get compliments all the time when I would be on cam and Yahoo. People were like, "Why is your hair so shiny?" It's Head& and Shoulders. It's the classic Head& and Shoulders. There's something about the classic Head& and Shoulders that just goes with my hair. I get the most compliments even from beauticians. They'll be like, "Your hair smells so good, it looks so clean." I don't know. That's just my go-to shampoo. I've used other brands like, you know, but nothing beats it. I even bought Biolage. They have, like, a shampoo called Biolage that you get at the beauty parlor, and nothing works. Like, there's just something about the classic Head& and Shoulders. But this is the Pantene. They sell it at Walmart. Okay, you were focused, and then you went unfocused. Hold on. And it's a foam conditioner, and all I can say is it is awesome. You just spray it out like hand soap and it foams up in your hands, and then you rub it between your hands and you run it through your hair. And then you sit under water after, just leave it sit there for a couple minutes and then run it. And it just makes my hair so smooth. But I can't use conditioner all the time. I use it like every other time I wash my hair. But I had to share. These are my go-tos. I like hearing what products works for people. And Head& and Shoulders, they have like, one that they have a conditioner mixed in. That does not work for me. That's gross. It makes my hair feel awful. But it's the classic clean, and there's no conditioner in it whatsoever. And it's amazing. It's my favorite shampoo of all time. You have a good one, Deb. But, it's different things work for different people. Like, my oldest daughter, she swears by her BioLaw shampoo, she likes it. But me and my mom's the same. She likes the Head& and Shoulders too. I have very thick, heavy hair. My hair is, like, so long right now. It's crazy. I actually have it down for the first time in, like, forever. You can see all my grays in there too. But it's, like, down below my neck. Like, it's getting long. But then what happens is when I was wearing it up, it was giving me a bad headache. I get very bad headaches, and I'm beginning to think that was part of my migraine problem too, because my hair is so heavy that every time I go in, I have not only have them cut it, I literally have them thin it because the thinning takes out so much poundage and it makes my hair feel so much better. I swear every time I go in there with my hair is down the middle of my back, I lose like 3 to 4 pounds. That's how heavy my hair is. And I remember when I was a kid, they say it thins with age. Well, mine hasn't. Um, I felt so sorry because one of my mom's friends, she used to be a beautician. It literally took her 6 hours to put a spiral in my hair. I mean, she had to put a back thing on, like a wrap on her back. That's how long it took for her to wrap my hair. That was in the middle of my back, and, when you do a spiral, they use, like, the gray perm rods, and they do it sideways. 6 hours. That's how much hair I have. And, like, every time I go in, to get my hair cut, even when it's to my shoulders, every time I go in, it doesn't matter that they are like, "Oh my gosh, you've got so much hair." And one time I let it grow to where I sat on it. Twice in my life it's been that long, because it grows so fast. And my hair has never slowed down yet. They say that even changes with age. Well, mine hasn't. But I was sitting on it and I donated it to Locks for Love. It had to be, at the time, you couldn't have no dye in it. So I let all my hair grow out, all the dye grow out, and they cut it and they donated it to Kids for Cancer. They made wigs out of it. That's how much hair I have. It's awesome though. My hair's got a bounce to it, Laura, when they cut it into, if I have my hair layered, curl comes in the back of my head. There's, like, a lot of body in my hair, but when it's heavy and long and it's one length, it pulls on it. So it pulls it out, but it's funny how I've had it layered and I feel the person in the back of my hair shaking my hair. She said, "You got so much body back here." But you can't see it when it's long and one length because it's just so heavy it pulls off the curl. But I have a natural wave in my hair. My brother's got that thick curly type hair too. He always had fun hair. But my a babysitter I used to have was funny. Her hair had that natural curl and she hated it. I said, "You know that people pay hundreds of dollars to get the hair curly like yours?" She had hers straightened. I guess if you're born with it, I think with her, she just kind of got sick of it. She wanted straight hair for a change. But I always like the curls. I think the curls are fun. When I fix my hair when it's long, I'll usually do like a flat iron and I'll curl it to give it like a banana curl. And that's usually how I do it, and I'll pull the sides up. But my husband wants me to wash the gray out, and I don't want to. So I've been debating when I go to get my hair cut if I'm gonna color it again. I don't know, because usually I color mine, there's like a specific color I pick. It's like a golden brown where it gives it a little bit more of a color. My oldest and I have the same color hair. It's kind of like a flat brown, like a flat brunette color. Like there's no tones to it. But the dyed hair that I get, it does have like a tone that it throws into your hair. So it's the same color brown I have, but it just gives a little bit of a golden look through it to give it some I guess you could call it. I was showing Liz a picture of me and my daughters earlier. This is what my hair used to look like when I had bangs and it was colored like my normal color. It's not. See if I can find the picture. Hold on. But it's like super duper gray. And then last time I got it dyed, they mixed it. I usually do it myself, but they mixed a kind of like blonde colors through it. And I don't know. I really don't like blonde streaks through my hair. I like a lighter color, but not necessarily blonde. There's our ornery faces. My oldest daughter, Jade, I can't get it to focus. Hold on. My phone's acting weird. You can't really see us. That's weird. But this is my oldest daughter, Jade. There's me, and there's my youngest daughter, Kristen. It's not coming out real clear, though. Let me see if I can. I don't know if this will. Saved in my phone. Let's see if it comes out better on my normal phone. Well, maybe it didn't save. I thought it did. I don't know. It's not working. Oh, there it is. Maybe it'll show better. There we go. Up close and personal. It's a little better. Keeps getting like an orange color to it. But that's the three of us. That's when my hair was colored, and I actually had bangs, which I don't have bangs anymore. But it's like a flat, like, look at our hair, like it's a flat brown. Now, Kristen has a little bit more of a blonde color to her hair. She's more of a dirty dishwater blonde. Hers is lighter. She's got it dyed there, but it's lighter. Where ours is like a dark brown, a dark poopy brown looking color. But right now, mine's it's its natural color, but they put blonde streaks in it. I guess to hide my grays. I don't know. But see how lighter it looks? I like the golden look to it. I just don't like the blonde mixed with it. You know, it's funny you said that because I actually had my hair dyed it's got red highlights when it's being dyed. So I said I always had the best of both worlds because I have a blonde streak that naturally comes out when I'm in and out of the pool in the summer in my bang area. That was the first one to turn white. When I dyed my hair the very first time I had it dyed, it went like Ronald McDonald orange. So it definitely there's red highlights in it. And I dyed my hair auburn once. But my face is really pale. and I have to watch what colors I use because I had it black. Oh, black is a color you don't want to mess with. People out there that don't have dyed black hair, don't do it. Because if you want to change the color, you can't. You can't just dye over black. You have to let it grow out before you can do it. Even the neutralizer that they sell, they have some kind of thing that's supposed to strip your hair to take your color better. It does not work on black. But my face was too pale for black hair. Like, I had it to try it, but then my family was like, yeah, she says, your face is too pale. So I went to change it and I couldn't. So a beautician told me, you can't just dye over black hair. She said, it's a hard color. So I had to let it grow out, and then she dyed the top of my hair, but the black was still growing out. So my hair was two-toned for a while. It was two colors. But that's what happens with the darker colors. They're harder to get rid of. So it is what it is. I saw on Facebook, I was looking at Facebook earlier today, not to change the subject, but somebody's been busting into people's cars up here where I live. So I'll have to let my hubby know. Somebody caught somebody on camera wearing a white hoodie, and they're breaking into people's cars. And I'm going to have to let him know. We're usually up pretty late because of his work schedule. So, they might see us and hear us being up. I don't know, but I'm still going to have to let him know. I'm from a small town. Usually things are pretty peaceful here, but there's also a drug problem. So we have to be careful with people breaking into vehicles, because this has been happening off and on, where they're trying to steal change and stuff out of people's cars. What a sad life we have to deal with. But I am very pleased with these. And it's weird because it's not, how like when you paint with certain paints and it feels stiff? This doesn't. It feels very smooth. And as much paint that I've used on these, and I love the word dream off that stencil. The paint did not bleed through. I want to show you this. Even on the one that I used, no primer, it never bled through the paper. Isn't that cool? I mean, I have markers that even bleed through paper, so I'm really impressed with this paint. Because look, it never went through. Or nothing, the other side. And this is a thin, this is a very thin paper. From a old encyclopedia, one of the older, bigger ones. I'm really impressed with that. I was waiting to make sure they were dry enough to check all that, but that is really awesome. I don't know. These are pretty impressive. Really impressive. I've got different types of acrylic paints I've yet to play with. I have this one I haven't played with yet. This is the metallic acrylic paint set. I think I got this off of May's live sale, and that's what they look like. Gold, silver, bronze, and black. And I have a set I have played with already from, I think I got it from Joann's. They were in tubes. And then the other set I have to play with is I bought a few from the Dollar Tree, because they have really nice size ones for $1. Let me see what this is. Yeah. Look how big that bottle is. I got that color. I bought this color and black and red, and these all came from the Dollar Tree. So, I mean, look at the different sizes. How tiny that is to that big bottle. This one has, this is a 1 ounce on the dilutions. I don't know if they come out bigger than that. It's just that's what I found because I wanted to test them. These ones here are 4 ounces from the Dollar Tree. And then the ones from Joann's were like little tubes. I didn't really think to play with them. Now I know Michelle Scott played with these from the Dollar Tree, I believe. She was moving it around on paper and testing them. And I believe Tina's Messy Crafting Life played with dilutions. I think I saw her play with these. But I didn't see anybody play with the ones from Joann's that I had. I've already played with them though. So far, the dilutions are my favorite as far as shine. If you're looking for a shimmer, because that's what they are, a shimmer paint. So these are pretty. Like people who are into Mod Podge and into glazing, I would say this would be my suggestion. But it's going to be fun to see how these other ones play out. And then there's Crafter Square paint, I see. The Crafter Square from the Dollar Tree too. I have a couple tubes of that. I got tons of paints to play in. And then I think Dumpster Queen sent me one too. I think that came from Family Dollar. Let me see. People were throwing out stuff. And she knows that I like. No, that's not it. There's a color she sent me too that's in a different. This is the Arcology. She sent me one. That's a heavy gesso. I'm going to play with that too eventually. But there was an orange brand. I don't know where I put it. Let me see here. Move my. I got my washi tape tote. Plastic little tote here. Hold on. It's covering my paints. Here's the waxes. I haven't played with these yet. This was another. These are your metal wax that you see people play with. I only ordered a few of those. This was one that the Dumpster Queen sent me. It's called Sergeant Art. These were thrown out in a dumpster. She dumpster dives. Yes, Dumpster Queen. She's the one when I put DQ, people think I'm talking about the Dairy Queen. She dumpster dives and she'll put together boxes and she'll give you a price with shipping and everything included in a priority box. And she'll show you everything that she finds. And then you pick a number. Yeah, you type a number in when she sells them. And I bought quite a few stuff off of her that's crafts. I was trying to find, I thought there was an orange color. Here's the white from the Crafter Square. This came from the Dollar Tree. And all of these colors. I got yellow, scarlet, black, orange. These are all from the Dollar Tree yet to try. And then I got the deep brown and the green. I grabbed one of each primary color. But I think there's an orange one. I could have sworn there was an orange one. She sent me two, but I don't know where it's at. Hold on a second. I can't lift this tote up because it's too heavy. This is where all my distressings and stuff are. I like things as much as possible within reach. But no, I'm not seeing that orange. There's another Quactor square. And this is a glue I'm yet to play with too. Stick. I bought those off of Michelle Girly Girl. As a matter of fact, I was looking for a glue stick the other day. I just bought some generic too. I'm not seeing that particular paint. I thought there was another one. And then here's a purple crafter square. Those are the tube ones. But I guess not. But yeah, I bought, they've thrown out tons of adult coloring books and all kinds of stuff off of Dumpster Queen. She knows I like my craft, so when she sees me, she knows what I'm looking for. But sometimes she'll find like gloves and stuff for kids. And stuff like that. And, you know, she'll make up a box like that. I think this was the only wax I got, was the blue velvet. I thought I had another color, but I guess I didn't. I bought these off of Mary Ann's. But I was watching somebody the other day was having problems with sticker. I was like, God, you got to get undo. And then if the stickers are still sticky, here's a powder that comes with the brush, and you rub this and it takes the stickiness away. I got all these items off of Mary Ann's sale. She's very thorough. Mary Ann is on her sales. Like, she really finds some really good stuff. She's the one that got me addicted to mousses. That's where I got all that stuff out, was for Mary Ann. The mousses are amazing. It's one of my favorite products. I'll put these away. I'm pretty much done with those. I have a little bit of green left on here. I guess I could have used more of that. That's dried up already. I hate wasting, but it is what it is. And then here's my washi tape. I bought this little tote because I had a container I was keeping them in, but it kind of it was like a little lunch box. And it got too filled. So, yeah, I know. And I'm broke. I got to be careful what I buy. Look at my washi tapes. This whole tote's got a bunch of different ones in them. This one here is like a faith one. But I love my watch. Look at this washi tape. It's got horseshoes. Love it. I was a washi tape queen. Like, I hit every Etsy store for every different style of washi tape you could imagine. They had to love me when I first come on here. Here's a Tim Holtz I haven't opened yet. I literally got this on clearance for $4. But one of my favorite vintage ones, I kept my receipts in my email, and I really need to go back and find out where I got this one particular one, because I use it all the time. I don't know where it's at right this second. This one's got books. Look at that. It's got books all over it. But it's words, it's script. And it looks vintage. Like it's like my favorite roll, my favorite go-to. And I can't remember where I bought it. And here's my favorite musical notes. I do like the ones better that you unstick from the paper. I like these ones better than I like the ones that you unroll that are stuck, because I feel like these are preserved longer and the sticky lasts. Where if you do get some that don't stick, well, you just glue it. Look how pretty these butterfly one is. Look how pretty that is. But I hit, like, here's one with leaves. Hey, Diva. There's my Divanese. And then here's one. This is a botanical looking one with like a leaf vine. I love these when I'm doing journals. I've used these quite a bit in journals. And I bought this one and I forgot to use it in my mom's. My mom loves pandas, and I made her a journal with pandas and I forgot to use it. I was trying to find my favorite one and I'm not seeing it. What the heck did I do with it? I got rose gold, all kinds of, I got Halloween ones. And this was another favorite of mine I used on a book. I used it when I made a cover for a book I like to read. And it's got swans all over it. Love that washi tape. And oh, of course, you know. Yes, I have the horses. I have a horse washi tape. I had to show it. Here it is. No, that's not it. It almost looks like it, though. Oh, here it is. Look how pretty that is. This is one of my favorite ones. And it's got scripts on it. Like words. It says William something or other. But this is like my favorite, one of my favorite tapes when I'm doing a vintage journal. And then this is one that's got like post marks on it. Hey, Pulp! There's my Pulp Fiction. Every time I see her name, that's what I think of. Pulp Fiction. Look here. There's one with little hearts on it. I'm showing some of my washi tape collection. Look at this one. I even found one with makeup. It's like not cute. They have the cutest washi tape out there. This one here I haven't opened yet. This is called BOBOGD tape. And there's Washi Love Story. I follow them on Instagram. And they have beautiful washi tape too. But this, look at this one. Look how pretty this is. I'm like hoarding this. It hasn't even been opened. Check that out. It's got books in your little coffee cup. And I like the cutest washi tape ever. And I haven't even used it yet. Look how cute that is. The logo on it says, this is what the logo said. I don't know where I got it. But it's pretty. But I'll just glue it. Even if they're still sticky, I still add glue to my washi just to make sure it sticks. And then here's one that's a Halloween one. It says Happy Halloween. I like Halloween stuff. Like, even if I don't celebrate the holidays, I like the stuff they have. Like the colors that comes out. Look how cute this is. It says Boo. This is like pretty washi tape. But anyways, that's some of them. And it depends on what I'm working in. I've used this before. Look how cute that is with the pencils. That'd be cute for kids. Yeah, I will be using this one when I started my faith journal. I debated because every year what I like to do is I just finished a Halloween journal for the month of October. Hey, Fifi! There's my Fifi. I use I want a journal that's just big enough for that month. You know what I mean? Like usually they're when people make journals out of oh god, Tammy, filing folders, and they only put so much in them. I use just enough for that month. So when I pick up a Christmas journal, I loved last year's. I can't wait to show you guys in January. It's Tina's Crafty Life has a Etsy store. That's how I met her. I didn't even know she was on YouTube. I met her through Etsy first, then found out she had a YouTube channel. But she made the cutest journals last year, and she had the little pieces around this big, and they had 1, 2, 3, 4 for Christmas. So what I did was when I actually journaled, I put December 1st and used one of her circles as the number for 1, and then 2, and so forth. I would glue it in. And it was just her journal was so cute. And she only charges like $26. Like, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get a really pretty journal. So I'll be showing that one in January because I love doing that. I love showing all the journals I've used for the year, but I wait till January to do it because that's my birth month. And plus, hey. And because I'm not done with it till the end of December. So you'll get to see my whole collection this year. And somebody made one for Halloween. I used it the whole month of October. That's how you get to enjoy, to me, the ones for the month, because a lot of people will say, I've ran into a lot of crafters. They'll be like, well, I don't do holiday journals. I'm like, why not? You don't have to. I think what they think is that somebody doesn't want to be into a Christmas journal the whole year. So that's why you make them smaller. I think I'll have to count exactly how many pages it was, but I bought one off of Bonnie in Australia for Christmas. I just used it for the month of December, and I always skip the pages that are writable to me. I have a very bad thing about this. When I'm going through a journal and it's a pretty paper with a picture on it, I won't write on that page. I will either leave that one for show or say it has a flower design across the top and say the middle's empty. That's where I'll stick one of my grandkids' pictures. That's how I utilize journaling. So hers lasted me the whole month of December, and I only had a couple pages left. So I filled them with pictures of my grandkids. And I just used Christmas for December. I just used the Halloween for October. That's where you really can make a difference in when you're journaling. Because, some people who make journals, they'll do 4 or 5 signatures. Well, you don't have to do it for a holiday month. You can make it skinnier. So that's how I utilize them. And it works for me. Valentine's Day is the same way. I use Valentine's just for the month of February. So I want a short one. And I think it's usually it's I'm guessing maybe 2 signatures, 25 pages in each, total. So you would bend 10 and you would get 20. Yeah. So me too. So if you do 2 signatures of 10 pages, that's enough for the month as far as I'm concerned. And if I run out of pages, what I do is I'll add a pocket if they don't have one built into it, and I'll just take and rip pages out of one of them books you buy from the Dollar Tree that's got lines, and I'll finish the journal on those pages and stick it in the pocket. So that way the journal lasts me the whole month. But that's how I do the holiday ones. And that's why I have a nice variety. But my journals are funny. If anybody ever inherits my journals, it's hysterically funny because if I'm in the middle of a bigger one, say like this year, there was one I had bought off of Etsy and it had more pages. So what I did was, as soon as October started, I wasn't done with it. So I put to be continued. This is continued into my October Halloween journal. So then I went to the Halloween journal from the first day on, used the whole thing. Then I went back to the journal I didn't finish and I put, okay, I'm back. And then I just finished it off. So my journals go back and forth and back and forth. So somebody's going to have a blast when they get my journals, but that's what makes it fun. I have one journal that's actually really funny. This is before I knew about the junk journaling community and all the YouTube stuff. It was a journal that it's dual-sided. Have you ever seen a book that the page, the book covers like up and down? And then you turn to the back of the book and it's upside down. So you have to turn it around and reread it. Have you ever seen a book like that where it's dual? That's how I did a journal. I have a book I bought that half of it's one way and the other half is at the other. And I did it. That's how I did it, Fifi. It is absolutely hysterical to read because you have to flip it upside down to finish my story. It's actually hysterical. I don't know what they're called, but I thought it was absolutely funny. And I said, whoever gets my journals are going to think, yeah, she's really funny. But it's really cute. It's a spiral one and it flips around. I know, I love it too, Phoebe. I will be one of those types of people, and I'm planning it with my daughter when I do my will. Whoever inherits from me to do my ashes, because I am going to get cremated, they are going to have a trip of a lifetime. I want myself spread around into different places. So I'm trying to make, you got to be kidding me. Hold on. Why do you spiders just continually bug me? Go away. They see the light on my computer and they think, bugs. Let's go make a little thing over here. I fight spiders down here all the time. So what I want to do, this is my dream funeral. I'm not normal. We all know this. My mother knows this too. I don't do anything normal. But I want to have pieces of me put in Tennessee, pieces of me put in certain places that meant something to me in my childhood and growing up, because I like to travel when I get the chance. So I have a favorite place in Tennessee. I have a favorite place in West Virginia. I have favorite places in different areas. So what I'm going to do is set aside money and I'm going to let that person use it for gasoline and hopefully, if I can afford it, a place to stay if they don't have a camper. And I want them to spread me in certain places. And I want them to have fun and have a field trip, kind of like a road trip doing my ashes. That's what I want to do when I die. That's my dream death. Don't be putting me underground. Don't be sticking me in a bottle. I want to be floating in the wind because I'm claustrophobic. I can't stand tight places. So I don't care. My husband's like, well, you're dead. You can't feel. I don't care. I don't like it when I'm alive. I don't want to be there when I'm dead. So that's what I want to do. I know, Laura, but I don't know. A certain member of my family are like, oh my God, you want to be cremated? My husband says, hopefully we don't feel fire after death. I said, I hope not. Because I remember back in the day, this is awful. But if you Google this, you can see this. Do you know why they have bells? They had bells beside your plot when you died. So if you woke up and you were buried underground, you could ring the bell and they would come and save you. You know how horrible that is? What the hell would happen if you just buried a loved one and you had a wind hit that bell and you would think your loved one, that shit would freak me out. Sorry, that's just, I can't. I would die. Something like that happened. That to me is so morbid. Oh my God. I just can't. I can't. I can't. I like the idea too, Laura, but I just can't because it would freak you out. Knowing you just buried somebody and then a wind hit and that bell would go off, you would be like, oh my God, they're still alive. And you'd be digging them up. It would be just the wind. I'm sorry. I can't. So I told my husband, I'm doing it the way I want to. He's like, well, what if I want to, be buried? I'm like, well, I'm not going to be next to you because I'm going to be floating in the wind. I said, you'll be buried by yourself. And there are some people that follow what their husbands do, but I don't. I'm not going to do what my husband does. That's his choice, not mine. I say, guess you'll get buried by your mom or somebody that you love or your grandma or somebody, but it's not me. And I told him, I said, don't be keeping me in no jug and stick me in the ground either. I said, because if you do, I'll haunt your ass. So I don't know. But you can only hope that people will fulfill your wishes, That's hysterical. That is so funny. I love these conversations we have. You missed the earlier one. There's I gotta give hugs. Fifi. Everybody thinks I'm funny because I call you Fifi. I go, I know her real name is Margie, but I like Fifi. It reminds me of a Fifi feline kitty cat. I still think she should have a cat named Fifi. I call her when she posted Fifi. We were talking earlier about how come people never talk about things you go through when you get old and you have arthritis and you can't sit down the tub. I said, I remember my mom, she had no problem having this speech on, you can't date boys, you can't stay, but they don't talk about when you get old. They don't tell you things you go through. And I was talking about how, I don't know if you saw the video I did with the sponge on the chair. But I couldn't find a Sitz Bath chair. Like, the only type of Sitz Bath we have here is some kind of sprayer that's on the end of a something you plug in or hook up, and you wash yourself over your toilet. To me, your toilet's not sanitary. I don't care how much you clean it. I don't want to have a Sitz Bath on my toilet. I want to have a Sitz Bath in my freaking tub. So I was looking at shower chairs. I told my husband, look at these shower chairs. I mean, literally Google them. There's nothing comfortable about them. They have holes in them so water can go through. They're cold on your butt and everything else. Like, there's nothing that gives you like a Sitz Bath where it retains water. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about because I don't know what they do for moms nowadays. But back in the 80s, when I had my daughter, we had to stay at the hospital for 3 days. You could not leave until you sat and you had a Sitz Bath, and you could not leave until you had a bowel movement, and you had to bathe your child. You had to dress and bathe your child, and you had things you had to do to show you were a good mom before they would let you leave with your kid. So nowadays, I think they rush you out of the hospital. I don't know. But I know in my day, this is what they did. Their Sitz Bath in the hospital hung on a wall. And what it looked like was a guy's urinal, but it was bigger. It was big enough for you to sit in, and the purpose of it was you had stitches after having a baby. So they would have draft detergent that you would put in your Sitz Bath, and you would sit in it, and it would help smooth your stitches. This is what the whole purpose of a Sitz Bath was. Well, since I got osteoarthritis, it's gotten worse with time. Like, I can still sit on the floor and touch my toes. I mean, it's hard for me to get to the floor, but once I get there, I have to use a pillow, hang on to my couch, drop down on my knee, one knee, and I have to, like, slowly get to the floor because my limbs and stuff are getting so stiff from the arthritis and age. And but I can sit down and I could still touch my toes. Like, I'm okay that way limber wise, but I cannot sit in a bathtub. You don't have the luxury of, getting on your knee on a pillow when you're in the tub. So I told my husband this is what started it. I said, I want to find something where you feel like you're soaking, because that was like one of my luxuries back when I could sit down in the tub. I can get out of the tub once I'm in there. I just can't sit down because my legs are so stiff. Plus I got water on my knees because I have there's no what do you call it? On my knees I have no cushion. I walk bone on bone. Whatever that cartilage, it's gone. Like, it's completely gone in my knees. So I have a hard time getting down on anything. God forbid if a cops would ever pull me over and say, "Get down on your stomach," because I couldn't do it. I'd be like, "Sorry, dude. You're gonna have to push me there because I can't do it." So when I was looking for these chairs, I noticed they had nothing with a sitz bath in them. And and I've worked in private care. I know what all the chairs look like. You have ones that look like they used to hold the pots, and they have the big holes in them and people can sit on them, or they have ones with little holes, or they have just a regular chair. Some have sides to them, some don't. Like, they're all different, but none of them have a sitz bath. So my husband was taking a couch apart, and the cushion, there's a sponge that goes underneath where you prop your feet up. And he was missing one out of his recliner, and I said, "I bet you could pull one out of the couch, and I could, we could rip open the recliner where your feet props up and put that in there, and I could resew it." And he did it to one of them, and I resewed it to where he had the cushion back. Well, he took the other one out because mine was fine. My recliner was fine. His one lost the cushion. You could tell he reclines more. So he hid the piece for me because I asked him to. And it's long and narrow. It's like, this way, but it's longer. Like, it's not real wide. So I bought a excuse me. I'm talking too much. I'm giving myself the hiccups. So I saved it. And when I bought my shower chair, I told him, "What can you use in a shower that would retain water?" Well, the sponge hit me off of that chair. I thought, that would be kind of cool, because you could sit your sponge on your shower chair, let the water hit it, and you could make a homemade sitz bath. And I did a video on it, and I hope it helps some people, because I'm sorry, when you get to a certain age and you can't sit in the tub, I just didn't feel clean enough sometimes. I mean, like, yeah, showers are okay, but sometimes you just want that sit. You just want to sit and relax in water. And I missed my baths because I would light up candles and fill my, suds up. I love Mr. Bubble. I'm a kid. I can't help it. I love my bubble baths. And I can't do them anymore, and it sucks. And I didn't want to do like bath fitters because it's thousands of dollars to install one of them over your tub where you walk in and sit down. I just didn't really want to spend that much money. So I put this sponge on it, and it's amazing. Like, it hangs over one side, but when it's wet, I take and right when I get in the shower, hurry up and I'll put soap down on it, and I sit on it. And all that water and everything is just amazing. And then when you're done, all you do is squeeze it out, and then you flip it around and squeeze it again to squeeze the water out, and then you throw it over the shower chair, and it dries on its own. It's awesome. It's like the best homemade Sitz Bath. I love it. So then my husband goes to get in the shower, and now I've got him addicted to it. He's like first he was like, "The shower chair is in my way," and I'm like, "I don't care. I have to use it," and mine's got handles because we have no handles whatsoever in our shower, so this helps me, period, with everything. And because I, like, hang on to the trim just to wash my feet. It's, like, ridiculous. And he told me, he says, "I sit in that chair, and it's awesome because you feel the shower hit your back harder." Like, you get, like, a full massage on your back with the shower. It's amazing. So I love my shower chair. I love my sponge, and now I have, like, my Sitz Bath back, and I'm happy. And I told him I feel cleaner, just having it's nice. So I posted a video because I thought, parents don't talk about this stuff. Like, my parents never talk about things you go through when you get older. Like shoes you can't put on anymore because you have no strength to pull them on and stuff like that. And I found a pair of boots. Now I can lean against the wall and literally stick my foot in and it slides right in. There was one pair out of a whole store I could do it with. And I really think about this for other people that go through this and they have nobody to ask these questions to. And I think there are certain things that needs to be addressed. And like I was saying, it doesn't even have to be elderly people. Look at people who are overweight. Could you imagine the struggle they go through? It's like I was telling my husband, I know what it's like to be 115 pounds and skinny. I also know what it's like to be 178 and pregnant, and I can't tie my shoes. And you go through all this, but nobody tells you how to deal with stuff when you're going through these kind of things. I couldn't even see my feet when I was pregnant with my kids, let alone tie my shoes. So they need to think of things like that for people that are in certain circumstances. I was 178 pounds when I delivered my second child. I was a little chubby butt. I was eating, instead of having one donut, I was eating a whole box. Because you're pregnant, you can get away with that. But it was crazy, the struggle. And I really feel for people that go through it because you're not there in until you get there, you don't understand what that feels like. But I know my arthritis is doing a job on me, and my husband's the same way. He's like, "I love the shower chair because we had to buy an exfoliating mat for him to even wash his feet on the bottom." And he says, "I love the shower chair because now I can reach my feet." He's hysterical. I still can stand up and pull my feet up and wash them. I can manage that, but he can't even do that, and it's awful. Age, I'm telling you, there's nothing fun about it. As you get older, it gets horrible. And then the towel is really heavy on my neck. And my daughter and I, when we were in the Dollar Tree the other day, she says, "Mom, you need to try one of these head wraps that they have." It's that, what are they called? Microfiber, microfiber towels, I think is what they are. And it's amazing. These towels are awesome. They have like a little button and you put your head down when your head's wet and you put it over your head. The only thing is my hair, like, I think I need a bigger one, but they only had one size from the Dollar Tree, but I think they do have bigger ones at other stores. My hair is I have too much hair for the particular wrap they had. But you can get them and it's still awesome. Like, I put my hair down and I wrapped it up and then I buttoned it in the back and I'm thinking, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing," because the towel's not so, it doesn't hurt my neck. I'll show you what they look like. I was looking at one today because I was like, I need one for longer hair. Let me see where I put it. I think I typed in hair towels. Wait a minute. Hair towel wrap. Here it is. Yeah, this is what they look like. They come in different prices, but they have different colors and you can get them at Walmart. And it's got a button here, and then down here it's got like a little stretchy thing. And what you do is you put this, you turn it around, this is the part that goes over your head, and then you wrap it, and then you have this is what it looks like. And it buttons in the back with that little strap. And these are amazing. They really are. Except I need a longer one. And you can get them in any different color you want. But the Dollar Tree has them for $1. So they're like $10.99 at Walmart. But they're nicer for your head. I know. It's like I never heard of them, Laura, until the other day. And I was like, see, this is the stuff people need to share. I'd get the blue one. But I have a blue one and a green one. But I had to type in for long hair because I have to get my hair cut because my hair so thick it was sticking out a little bit on the sides, but it still was a lot lighter for your hair than a regular towel because towels hurt my neck. This one here is a 10 by 26 inches, and it doesn't really say, but if you go up here and you type in for long hair, that's what I was doing earlier, it's still saved. If you go to the long hair ones, it brings, like, must be different sizes or something. This one here is a long-haired one. It says hair drying towel turban twist for long hair. I have long, thick hair. And then these ones are $7.99, go figure. They're cheaper. It's because Walmart is like Amazon. They got different people that sell on their website. So that's why you have different amounts. And then there's one on here, I think it's 3 for $9 or something, which would be even cheaper because you're getting more. It's right here. There's 3 for $9.99, but it doesn't say it's for long hair. Well, it says for curly, long, short. Well, I guess it does. Make a liar out of me. But there's 3 for $9.99. You get a set of 3. So this would probably be the most convenient if you want more colors. You definitely get your bang for the buck on that one. But it's interesting, I don't know. But I'm game to try new stuff, I just wish people would talk about stuff more. They do have there's a lady on here that does, um, YouTube. Let me see if I can find her. Hot and Flashy's hysterical channel. They have a channel on here called Hot and Flashy, dealing with hot flashes. But there's another one on here, I caught the other day. I typed in something and she popped up and I thought, okay, that's interesting. It's like life in your 50s. And she talks about what you go through. I like that. It's nice to know that there's channels out there that talk about this stuff. Here it is. It's called 50 Plus Beauty. Let me pause her channel. 50 Plus Beauty. And then there's her. That's kids. Wait a minute. And there she's pretty. Welcome to 50 Plus Beauty. She's got 198,000 followers. And she talks about different things on her channel. How to treat hand veins, how to fix crepey skin naturally, lifting. She's got some good stuff on here. I watched What Happens When You Shave Your Face. That's what caught me in the thumbnails because you get those hairs on your chin. Oh, yes, we are gonna go there. I have very sensitive skin, and, even if you don't take birth control, sometimes when you get older, you have them straggly hairs that come out on your chin. I did birth control, and I literally probably could grow a beard. That's how bad my chin hairs are. So, when I started plucking, first they started out just a little bit, and when I started plucking, because what it is the birth control feeds male hormones into your body, that's why you don't get pregnant, but you don't realize there's repercussions to that. So, I started plucking, and what I noticed, I bleed. Every time I would pull a hair out, I would have blood problems on my chin, and it would be so freaking sore. And then sometimes I would pluck and I would get a ingrown hair. Oh my God, those are horrible. So I was talking to my sister-in-law because she did Mary Kay for a while, and I kept looking for all those different gadgets they had to where you could do your face. They come out with stuff that aren't razors, but you just take them over your face and it just pulls the hairs and stuff. Well, she talks about this in this video. I'll put it in the room because this was very interesting to me. This particular video of hers. And because people think your hair, like, oh God, if you shave your face, you get, more hairs on your face like a man and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. It gets coarser, but it does not cause thickness, like, more hair. You just get like coarser hairs. So, because it was so painful to pluck the hairs on my face, one of her friends was sitting there. We were doing our Mary Kay maker. She goes, I just shaved my chin. And I was like, oh, I never thought about using a razor because I kept thinking, what if more hair grows in or something like that? But it doesn't work that way. And she talks about how she shaves her face, and actually it's good for your skin. Believe it or not, when she takes this little razor and she goes, like, it's a light razor you buy. She said, like, at a dollar store or something. She has peach fur, like, skin, hair, peach, like, types. Spit it out, Tam. Thin, peachy, like, hairs that's on her forehead, her cheeks, and stuff. And she talks about this. She says, and what's even funnier, when you shave your face, believe it or not, that's why when they say men look younger, is because the razor is taking off excess. It's exfoliating your face. That's why men look so good when they're older. It's because of the razor. So when you looked it up, it's interesting because it's true. She says, and that's probably why she says people get those little marionette lines. And she says, I started shaving my little peach fuzzes off my face, and I started taking a razor because I have these 3 little hairs that come out on my chin. And she says, I never grew those marks on my face because the whole time I was exfoliating. She says, I do it in the shower. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's a video to watch. And I'm telling you, it saved me so much pain from plucking. And my mom's the one that taught me to pluck. And I started shaving my chin, and I'm telling you, it is way better. I do not have ingrown hair bumps. I do not have blood on my face anymore. Plucking hairs is horrible. Because I even told my husband, what's the thing you go through? It's a lot of money though, and it's not guaranteed, but they have something that you do at a doctor's office, and it's supposed to pull the root out to where the hairs don't grow anymore. That's what I need. So the chin hairs don't come out. And I can't do wax. No way. I'll do wax on my eyebrows, when I went into a beauty parlor, but there's no way I can do that on my chin. I can't. I know, Phoebe, isn't that, but I can't pluck it. It's awful. And I told my mom, I'm like, Whoever taught you to pluck? Yes, electrolysis. That's what it is. Where they take it out by the roots, but that's expensive and you have to go back for a bunch of treatments to get that done. But I told my mom, I'm like, whoever taught you to pluck with a pair of tweezers, they're crazy. Because I was in so much pain plucking with tweezers. These are the things ladies do need to talk about, though. Men need to face this stuff. Somebody posted on Facebook, I have to share this. They had a joke thing come up and it said, women use Botox, they go through plastic surgery, they do this, this, and this, and this, but yet they ask for a real man. I'm sorry, but I had to laugh over that one. I'm not doing Botox. I don't care if my lips aren't plumpy. I'm not having plastic surgery. I'm not saying that there wouldn't be a necessity for that stuff if somebody had like a broken nose or something and they need to go through plastic surgery, or if they had something they really, really wanted to get rid of, that's fine. I'm not doing it with age. I'm growing old gracefully. If I sag, then damn it, I'm just gonna sag. I don't care. I'm not going through any surgeries to fix that shit. But I feel that if you have something that's gonna cause you pain, that's different. Like I had a friend who, like I know somebody that went through a breast reduction because it caused them back pain. That's something different. If it's a medical reason, but if it's just because you're old, I just think it's crazy to go through all that stuff and put yourself through it. If people can't, yep, that's how I am too. I told my husband, if you don't like my old ass, you know where you can go. Don't let the door get you in the ass on the way out, because I'm not going to be one of those ladies. Because when we met, I'm like 5'8". I was like 128 pounds. Like, when we got married, I was thin and everything. But I told him, I said, don't marry me as a showpiece, because one of these days I'm going to sag and you're going to have to love me anyways. And I'm fortunate that way because he don't care about that stuff, you know. And he knows, he goes through it too. He's funny. My husband's grown. He is the typical male. Everything everything that you hear men go through, my husband's hysterical. He he wore hats and stuff, and he didn't realize how much hair loss he had. He saw himself in a picture one day. He's like, "Oh my God, I look old." My husband cracks me up. And I told Michael, I said, "Isn't it crazy how much you look like your grandpap, though?" He does. He looks like his grandfather. Now this, and I said, "You can definitely tell your heritage because you do. You look like your pap." And he can't get changes. He's worse than we are. And he's the type, they say when you marry a guy that spends more time in the mirror than you do, there's something wrong. Well, guess what? Mine blows kisses to himself in the mirror. He'll go, "You look good." He's hysterical. I said, "Would you stop?" And I said, "You're so goofy." But I also like that part about him too. You know what I mean? 'Cause he cracks me up. But he just gets so shocked, like every so often. And like the other day, he came just out of the blue. We'll be watching TV and we won't even be on that topic. And he comes out and he says, "Do you realize that Angelo and Steven's going to be in 8th grade next year?" Yes, Mike. Our grandsons are growing fast. I said, "Don't you realize that life is a blink?" I think it's in your mind. You still think you're young. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, "Oh shit." He has those moments every once in a while and he cracks me up when he does it. But I'm like, yes, our grandsons are going to be in 8th grade, the oldest. The 2 oldest grandsons. They were born in 2009. I have an email with 09 at the end of it to keep up with the date because I made it when they were born. The year they were born, my daughters were pregnant at the same time. But he's a riot. My husband can be so funny at times. But he'll come out of the blue and he'll say something like, "Michael, you're just so goofy." I said, "We're sitting here watching a movie and you're thinking about how old our grandkids are." Oh my gosh, Fifi. I'm not looking for that day. I'm not ready yet. I don't have great grandkids, just grandkids so far. But my grandsons are so funny. I like hanging out with the twins. The twin girls are hysterical, and when they get into arguing, it's a riot. And poor Kylie, the youngest, oh my gosh, she's so stinking cute. And she has the two older sisters, and she's so mature for her age because I have an older sisters. And she cracks me up. You never know what's gonna come out of that girl. I gotta get some more pictures of them. I can never have too many pictures. This is what I did to Kylie when she was a baby. We were shopping at Sephora, and I said this when I was doing makeup reviews. I go, "Look, a Sephora baby." And I held her up. Isn't she cute? She was so bald. I'll show you what she looks like now. For Halloween, she was dressed up. I posted on my Facebook. She said she was a baby's doctor. I said, "You mean a pediatrician?" She's so stinking cute. And I'm not saying it just because she's my granddaughter. Let me get her up here. Oh, come on, Facebook. I hate when it does that. Hold on, I'll have to save it to my phone. I'll show you a video of my hubby at work. Here she is now. This is Kylie now. Look at that face. She's a baby doctor. That's what she was for Halloween. That's her with hair now. And then this is my oldest daughter. This is what they got their mask on. Her son was it, the clown. These are the twins. This is Layla, and then this is Livia. They're fraternal twins. One looks like mommy, one looks like daddy. And there's the parents. Can you not see the resemblance? Mommy's twin, and then there's daddy's twin. Chris has got a hat on, so you can't see his face real clear. Let me see if I can get it up closer. Come on, YouTube. But anyway, one was a cat, one was Tinkerbell, and Kylie was the little baby doctor. Here's my hubby's video at work. He sent me this. Wait, let me turn the sound. I don't want to turn the sound up because of echoing. This is what he does for a living. I can show you a little bit of footage if you can see it. He welds together nuclear waste containers. That's what that is. He works for a nuclear power company, nuclear plant. Sometimes he's got to get inside these and he's on his knees. I can only imagine how that feels when you have arthritis because I can't do it. I have to have a pillow. He sent me a clip of him at work. He talks about stuff, and I'm like, I have no clue what you're talking about. So he started showing me pictures of what he does. But he is funny. Yep, that's what he does for a living. Nuclear power plant work. He's been on what is it, WQED channel 13 before welding, because they have cameras pointed at them as welders. I think for educational purpose, he was showed once, and he was on the cover of a pamphlet. He's really good at what he does. Everything he does has to be x-rayed, and it has to pass x-ray inspection. They're very strict. And people would tell him he couldn't do certain things because, he wasn't trained with the updated stuff. And he says, "Want to bet?" And he would do a weld, and they couldn't believe that he pulled it off the way he did it. But he says his work son, he adopted this young kid up at work. They call him Pap up there because they're all younger. All right, Fifi. But he's been learning, they've been learning from each other. He's been teaching him the old tricks, and then the young kid's been teaching him the newer stuff. So it's good. It's cool. Thanks for coming, Fifi. But anyways, I'm going to get off here too because my dog's up there. Sounds like she's doing the pee-pee dance across my floor. I hear her nails going, so I've got to take care of her. So thanks for tuning in. I didn't want to stay on too late tonight. I just wanted to come on. I wanted to play with these paints and catch up with everybody because I miss talking to you guys when I'm not here. But I take her to the bathroom before I come down, but she's up there and I hear her tapping, and it's like she taps and does the shake with her neck. Like I'll hear her collar jingling. But anyways, you all have fun. Thanks for everybody that come in, and I will see you soon. Bye.